What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction. In this one, we have 3 American myths I don't believe in after living in the Netherlands. American versus Europe. Before we dive into this video, if you guys happen to enjoy it, please don't forget to smash subscribe. Give the video a thumbs up and let's get right to it.
So I'm an American that's been living here in the Netherlands for 4 years, and not for nothing, every time I go back to the States and talk to people, I'm reminded of just how much I was brainwashed to believing in things that are complete myths.
Ooh.
And when people ask me what brought me to the Netherlands, the first thing I say is the quality of life. And now look, there is no secret, I am an American. And matter of fact though, I'm like the definition of an American. I am like freaking Captain America. I grew up poor, living in the south side of Chicago. I worked extremely hard. Matter of fact, while I was in high school, there was a point where I was working 3 jobs. 3. I bought my own car with my
3 jobs? Nah, bro. You are. Give that man his shield, bro. That 3 jobs in high school, I couldn't even begin to fathom. I didn't have no jobs in high school.
my own money, moved out, got my own place, went to college, finished that. Not gonna lie though, that was a struggle. Moved to LA, got a career in television, and this whole time on the side, I was also doing hustling. Like I was building apps, I was hacking video games, I was writing scripts for shows, and I was even editing and shooting people's actors' reels as well as short films. You know, I did all this because I thought that this was the way. This was the way to the American dream. My first trip out of the country, I realized that this is not, I knew that America lied to me about this is what life should be like. And funny enough, I was just in the States, like I'm fresh out, but I was just in the States. And you still see and you still hear what people value and what people think quality of life is. Which is crazy because that is one of the biggest myths ever told to Americans. Because man, when I went to Germany for the very first time in like 2009, and look, I didn't even go to like a major city or nothing. I was out, man, I can't even remember the name of the city. It was like Brockenheim. Like I was out in the boondocks. When I had this trip, that was when I really realized or got a taste of real quality of life. Because being American, I thought that a good quality of life meant having certain stuff, which is so crazy to think about. And matter of fact, when I do think about it, like, I'm not gonna lie, now when I think about it, I'm like ashamed to think that way. Like, I'm like, what are we doing? And now look, don't get me wrong, money is important. It is a very important tool to have. But the biggest 100%. Myth that's sold to us on a daily basis in the States is the definition of quality of life and how we use money. Basically, in America, the quality of life is more determined on what you can see. So it's very visual. So when you think about it like that, when you think about the American quality of life being more visual, Americans look at Europe as a low quality of life. Like that's just the way it is. I mean, the houses were smaller, the refrigerators, everything was a lot smaller. You had a lot.
It is, but it's crazy that we look at it like that. But I understand as being an American, that's kind of what we see in the media, what we're shown. But shoot, in Europe, your dollar is gonna stretch further. I know the euros has a better value than the dollar, but I just mean at a lot of countries in Europe, you can have a much better quality of life than you can in America for how much money that you have. Like things in some countries aren't as expensive as they are in America. I'm not saying all, but some aren't as expensive, and so yeah. I mean, you'll have more purchasing power, I feel like, in a lot of countries in Europe than you will have over here in the U.S. for sure.
A lot less. That is an American thing. Quality of life is more visual to us. When the fact is, a lot of the stuff that's good quality of life is the things that you can't see. Tell me that ain't bars. Come on. Look, I am an example. I make a lot less money. I have a lot less stuff, but I'm a lot more happier, and my quality of life is through the roof. Like, I'm living like I'm rich almost. I get to spend a lot of time with my kids. I have my sons in ski. We're also thinking about putting them in some kind of engineering course because he loves building things. I can afford healthcare. I can afford daycare. I don't have to worry about the education. Education is solid too as well. Both of my kids are learning multiple languages. I get to be outside every day. I get to take long lunches. I don't have to worry about certain time. Like, it's just so much. Real quality of life is time. How much time do you have for yourself? How much time do you have to spend with the people you love, like your friends and family? And those are things that you can't see. You can't see time. Like you can't, I get to spend so much time with my kids then like it's unreal. Versus I remember being in LA, my son was born, and there were nights I was working, there were days I was working like 20-hour days. And you'd think I'm lying, but I'm not. Like that's the worst part about it. I'm not even joking about that. So where is the real quality of life? Having all the stuff or having time for your friends, your family, and just for you? Which one is it?
Time's gonna win out every single time. And I've always looked at money as a tool to buy time here in the U.S. because I feel like the more money you have, the more freedom you have to be able to have the time to do certain things because you have money in the bank. You're not stressed about making money. You're not stressed about paying bills. You're not stressed about these things. And so it's interesting to hear from him, like over in the Netherlands, he's like, you don't need to get an incredible amount of money to be able to buy your time, right? He's making a lot less than he made over here in the U.S., but he's a lot happier because he has a lot more time to spend with his family, time to spend with his friends, time to make memories, time to do all these things where that's like, if you ask me, that's my ultimate goal. Like, I know that time is the number one asset that in my eyes, my priority, I think time is the number one thing, and you don't get time back. So in my head, the way to get more time was to make more money so that I would have to so I could be able to spend less time making money and more time with family and friends. But oh man, the Netherlands don't sound like I got to do all that.
To me, it's obviously the time, and it's something you can't see, you can't touch, but it's the most priceless thing that we have. And people in the States just take it for granted. They put their values and quality of life into stuff, and that is just a big old fat lie. Side note, I thought I was about to step in some horse poop.
Oh.
That's just dirt.
I was about to say.
Before I move on, I want to make it clear for those who are not on the same Wi-Fi. Matter of fact, it'll be a great time to get on the same Wi-Fi. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. No, but I do want to make it clear. I am not saying that people here are lazy or people in Germany are like. It is the complete opposite. That's the crazy part about the whole thing. No one's lazy. Everyone's working really hard. Oh, thanks, man. Thank you. Thanks. Oh man, another quick side note. Look who decided to come out and play. Holy cow, look at that sun. Wow. Beaming right on me. Another American myth that I don't believe in anymore is that everybody wants to be in America. I mean, and why would you? We're the best at everything. We got the best health insurance system. We have the best education, the best sports, the best mac and cheese, the best pizza. If you can name it, Americans the best at it.
I ain't nothing but lies. That's what we were told growing up is that we're literally the best at everything. Why would you ever want to leave? And then I would look at all these other videos of people in different countries, and they talk about the healthcare system. I was like, well, that sounds a lot better, a lot more affordable. They talk about maybe paying higher taxes, but with those taxes, you get free college education. You get you get access to healthcare because a lot of us don't have it because it costs too much. You get daycare taken care of. You get all of these things where here it's like we don't get any of that. Like you start to realize very quickly that no, we're not the best at a lot of things. We are the best at military. we have the best military in the world, but strip that and I don't know what else we're ranked number one. Other than that.
Matter of fact, if American can't solve the problem, then who can? And now, just in case you missed that was sarcasm. Oh man, just starting to rain. I'm just getting to the juicy part. But yeah, I'm sorry to say, America's not good at everything. And matter of fact, I think people already know this. I don't even know why I'm saying sorry. People already know that we ain't the best. I mean, we rank at the bottom of some things that we should be at the top on. And times have changed. People can see that America's it's not the same. No one's flocking to go there anymore because you have just as much opportunities in other places as you do in the States. The news and media may want you to think that everybody's like fighting to go to the States, but Nah, it's not. It's just not the same anymore. It is not like that. And now, do you still have people going and immigrating to the States? Yes. But people aren't going there to live. People are going there to make money. Like, that's what I noticed. Our education isn't the best. Sadly to say, it's not. When you factor in the cost versus the reward, it is not the best. You can get just as good education, like, almost anywhere else. Same with anything medical and healthcare. Like, you could get better education, better healthcare, better medical attention almost anywhere else besides America. And it's not going to leave you in a large amount of debt, because a lot of people, they're basically debt slaves. And a lot of people are looking more towards Asia and Europe. I mean, that's just a fact. I mean, people are even looking at Mexico and Canada, because I'm telling you, America put all these other countries and all these other places on the map. And now look, hear me out though. I'm not saying that it's perfect here and all the other countries are perfect as well. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that America is definitely not perfect. And that's something that's been ingrained in us since we've been growing up, is that we're the best at this, we're the best at that, and all this other stuff. And that's just not true. It doesn't matter how good the education is if you can't afford it. Doesn't matter how good the healthcare is if you're gonna basically die paying it back. It doesn't matter. And that's what people are seeing. People are seeing that just because something is expensive doesn't mean that it's the best. Oh, starting to hail. Whoa.
Absolutely agree with this man. Word for word, bar for bar. He's giving you the 100% absolute truth. It's what's ingrained in us. It's what we're taught. It's what we grow up believing. And until you learn about other countries in the world, then you will believe this lie or lies that America has told us.
You gotta go over here. Oh man, I wish it would stop hailing and raining so I could finish the video. Jeez. And then the next big myth that I just truly don't believe in anymore is that America is the home of the free. It's just all about freedom. So I was legit just in the States, and me and my brother-in-law were talking with some other family members, and one of the family members said something like that made me and my brother-in-law be like, and it's so crazy to hear Americans talk about all the freedoms that they have that like no other country has. That's what a lot of Americans think. A lot of Americans think that they are the freest country. America is the freest country, and this is just completely not true. I mean, not for nothing, most countries have the same freedoms and the same rights as America, and if not even more. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying every country has these freedoms, but a lot of countries have the same freedoms and more. You know what, matter of fact, I'll go ahead and say it. I personally think that the Netherlands has more freedoms than America. Look, hey. And I can already say that because of the fact that I could do everything that I was doing in America, I could do it here. Plus added bonuses of the freedom of being safe, the freedom of fresh fruit, the freedom of opportunity, the freedom of affordable healthcare, the freedom of affordable education, and the list goes on and on. And the biggest one is the freedom of a high quality of life at an affordable cost. And also, we got a lot of workers' rights. That's just a fact. Versus when it comes to American freedoms, it is like
Hey, Sky. I don't know if I can finish this video because, you got me ready to pack my bags and head to the Netherlands, Sky. I'm ready to get to the Netherlands immediately. My day.
Blowing how certain things are allowed because you feel like it's intruding on your rights and your freedoms. That's mind-blowing, even though it could be causing tremendous harm to society, as well as even kids. Like, come on, man, come on. A perfect example of this is like the extreme pushes of freedom for guns and all this other stuff, knowing that there is a huge gun violence issue in the States. Matter of fact, another thing, when we were in the States, someone had told my wife how basically they are banning light-up shoes for kids because it makes them easy targets for school shootings.
That's insane.
What are we talking about? Like,
that's genuinely insane and sick. The fact that we would ban light-up shoes, but we will not look more into more restrictive gun laws. Instead, more restrictive gun laws to help with these gun shootings. We are going to ban light up shoes so that you guys aren't easy targets, because there's no way we're going to make the guns we're not going to make any more stricter gun law. That's such backwards thinking. It's truly baffling.
What are we doing? This is a huge problem in the States. No other country has this kind of problem. Man, one of the saddest things I've read was that the leading cause of death for kids was gun violence. Meanwhile, here in the Netherlands, you can own a gun. In France, you can own a gun. In so many countries, you can own guns, and people do own weapons. But the laws just are like common sense laws that make sense. Maybe it shouldn't be allowed for you to just walk around in public with a stick on you. I mean, maybe that's just me.
Agreed.
Or maybe it's not okay for you to, actively try to shoot people who come and knock on your door. I mean, maybe that's just me. And I do have to state, though, that I am not saying it is perfect here or in Europe. Look, we got crime, we got theft, we got all of it, right?
I feel
But
you.
just the magnitude of it in the States is outrageous. And then also you have the whole freedom of speech thing, which is just being blown way out of proportion, especially in the States. It has gotten so extreme. And it's gotten so extreme because basically you could have someone say, hey, I'm fighting for freedom of speech, but then at the same time, the moment someone disagrees with this person, it needs to be shut down. Matter of fact, everybody can get it. You don't agree with me? You're not on my side? No, you out, you can go. And now look, I know that sounds made up, but that's literally what's happening right now.
That's how it is, bro. It's crazy. It's insane, bro. People here cannot agree to disagree. Cannot just agree to, it's either, hey, you believe what I believe, or you're wrong, you're dumb, you're stupid, you're an idiot. It's that kind of mentality. It's that kind of mindset, which is wild. Which is, it doesn't make sense to me. I'm like, a lot of people, my opinions that I have, a lot of people are going to disagree with them, and that's fine. They just see things differently than I do. You can see things differently. You're allowed to disagree. But that doesn't mean that one of you is wrong. That doesn't mean that one of you is stupid, is an idiot. It's
the States. I ain't going to say no names. I ain't going to point any elbows. Nothing. But it's happening. I mean, let's just say this person literally said, hey, I'm going to own this company because of free speech, and then put himself at the top of the list to have the most engagement, the most boost in post, everything. And yeah, I ain't going to say no names though. And you see, the Netherlands as well as Europe and even Asia have these freedoms, but they just take a different approach to freedom in general. And you can tell that freedom is more about the people, and it's not about profit. It's not who has the most money. Hey, nice to meet you, man. See you. And now, just on that note, I will say, look, I moved to the Netherlands. I've been here 4 years. Yes, I'm learning Dutch, yes. But yes, I am an American that's been living in the Netherlands for 4 years. I've also worked here for 4 years. I moved here without a job, and I also moved my wife and my son here as well. And the truth and matter of fact of it all is that Americans are richer. They make more money. But here, the people are wealthier. I'm just super saying.
I love that. I'm just super saying.
Oh man, I spoke too soon. The sun came out, but yeah, there's definitely more rain coming. Dang, spoke way too soon. Look at that view though. Come on. Oh man, it's legit snowing. Jeez. Look at that snow, man. Man, sunny and snowing.
Bro, he's such an awesome guy with such a cool personality, bro. You can't help but gravitate towards him, and that's really cool. But that is all that we have. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and check out the next one. And I'll see y'all next time.